With the Venmo debit card, you can Venmo everything. Your favorite band's merch? You can Venmo this. Or their next show? You can Venmo that. Visit Venmo.me/debit to learn more. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank N.A. pursuant to license by MasterCard International Incorporated. Card may be used everywhere MasterCard is accepted. Venmo purchase restrictions apply.
It's summer. Time to enjoy long days, lazy nights, and great food. Because Uber Eats has deals all summer long. So, when hunger strikes, don't sweat it. Delicious deals are just a tap away on Uber Eats. Enjoy all your favorite grocery items delivered straight to you. Get ice cream, soda, and snacks from your favorite stores like Wegmans and CVS and make the most of every moment. Now that sounds like a good summer. Order now on Uber Eats. Terms apply. Product availability varies by region. See app for details.
This is Optimal Living Daily. How you do anything is how you do everything. By Ryan Holiday of ryanholiday.net. I'm your narrator, Justin Malik, reading you articles and essays every single day of the year, including holidays. Today's post is coming from Ryan Holiday, the super popular writer and podcaster. You can find his podcast, The Daily Stoic, wherever you're listening to this. It's a very highly reviewed podcast. And I got a powerful one from him today that I'm excited to get to. So with that, let's hear it as we optimize your life. How you do anything is how you do everything. By Ryan Holiday of ryanholiday.net. Quote, whatever is rightly done, however humble, is noble. Sir Henry Royce. Whatever you're doing right now, chances are you'd probably rather not be doing it. Even if you've got your dream job, it's very likely that right now you could still be on a conference call you'd rather skip, scheduling some meeting you're doing as a favor to someone else, or dealing with some administrative detail you wish someone else would handle. Or maybe you're home from work and you're picking up around the house. Maybe you've got some writing to do and the resistance is setting in. Or you've got homework, an application to fill out, or someone to fire, or need to have difficult conversations with your significant other. It's easy to blow these things off. It's tempting to phone them in, but you can't. Because how you do anything is how you do everything. Long past his humble beginnings, President Andrew Johnson would speak proudly of his career as a tailor before he entered politics. My garments never ripped or gave way, he would say. On the campaign trail, a heckler once tried to embarrass him by shouting about his working-class credentials. Johnson replied without breaking stride, that does not disconcert me in the least, for when I used to be a tailor, I had the reputation of being a good one and making close fits, always punctual with my customers, and always did good work. Another president, James Garfield, paid his way through college in 1851 by persuading his school, the Western Reserve Eclectic Institute, to let him be the janitor in exchange for tuition. He did the job every day smiling and without a hint of shame. Each morning he'd ring the university's bell tower to start the classes, his day already having long begun, and stomp to class with cheer and eagerness. Within just 1 year of starting at the school, he was a professor, teaching a full course load in addition to his studies. By his 26th birthday, he was the dean. This is what happens when you do your job, whatever it is, and do it well. These men went from humble poverty to power by always doing what they were asked to do and doing it right and with real pride and doing it better than anyone else. In fact, doing it well because no one else wanted to do it. Sometimes on the road to where we are going or where we want to be, we have to do things that we'd rather not do. Often when we are just starting out, our first jobs introduce us to the broom, as Andrew Carnegie famously put it. There's nothing shameful about sweeping. It's just another opportunity to excel and to learn. But we are always so busy thinking about the future, we don't take enough pride in the tasks we are given right now. Too often we phone it in, cash our check, and dream of some higher station in life. Or we think, this is just a job, it isn't who I am, it doesn't matter. This is foolishness. Everything we do matters, whether it's making smoothies to save up money or studying for the bar, even after we've already achieved the success we sought. Everything is a chance to do and be our best. Only self-absorbed souls think they are too good for whatever their current station requires. Wherever we are, whatever we're doing, and wherever we are going, we owe it to ourselves, to our art, to the world, to do it well. That's our primary duty and our obligation. When action is our priority, vanity falls away. An artist is given many different canvases and commissions in their lifetime, and what matters is that they treat each one as a priority. Whether it's the most glamorous or highest paying is irrelevant. Each project matters, and the only degrading part is giving less than one is capable of giving. Same goes for us. We will be and do many things in our lives. Some are prestigious, some are onerous, none are beneath us. To whatever we face, our job is to respond with hard work, honesty, and helping others as best we can. We should never have to ask ourselves, but what am I supposed to do now? Because we know the answer, our job. Whether anyone notices, whether we're paid for it, whether the project turns out successfully, it doesn't matter. We can and always should act with those 3 traits, no matter the obstacle. There will never be any obstacles that can ever truly prevent us from carrying out our obligation. Harder or easier challenges, sure, but never impossible. Each and every task requires our best. Whether we're facing down bankruptcy or angry customers, or raking in money and deciding how to grow from here, if we do our best, we can be proud of our choices and confident they're the right ones, because we did our job, whatever it is. Yeah, I get it. Obligation sounds stuffy and oppressive. You want to be able to do whatever you want. But duty is beautiful and inspiring and empowering. Steve Jobs cared even about the inside of his products, making sure they were beautifully designed, even though the users would never see them. Taught by his father, who finished even the back of his cabinets so they would be hidden against the wall, to think like a craftsman. In every design predicament, Jobs knew his marching orders: respect the craft and make something beautiful. Every situation is different, obviously. We're probably not inventing the next iPad or iPhone, but we are making something for someone, even if it's just our own resume. Every part, especially the work that nobody sees, the tough things we wanted to avoid or could have skated away from, we can treat the same way Jobs did, with pride and dedication. The great psychologist Viktor Frankl, survivor of 3 concentration camps, found presumptuousness in the age-old question, what is the meaning of life? As though it is someone else's responsibility to tell us. Instead, he said, the world is asking you that question, and it's our job to answer with our actions. In every situation, life is asking us a question, and our actions are the answer. Our job is simply to answer well. Right action, unselfish, dedicated, masterful, creative, that is the answer to that question. That's one way to find the meaning of life and how to turn every obstacle into an opportunity. If you see any of this as a burden, you're looking at it the wrong way, because all we need to do is those 3 little duties: to try hard, to be honest, and to help others and ourselves. That's all that's been asked of us, no more and no less. Sure, the goal is important, but never forget that each individual instance matters too. Each is a snapshot of the whole. The whole isn't certain, only the instances. How you do anything is how you can do everything. We can always act right. You just listened to the post titled, How You Do Anything is How You Do Everything by Ryan Holiday of ryanholiday.net, and I'll be right back with my commentary.
This episode is brought to you by State Farm. Knowing you could be saving money for the things you really want, like that dream house or ride, is a great feeling. That's why the State Farm Personal Price Plan can help you save when you choose to bundle home and auto. Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
The spirit of innovation is deeply ingrained in America, and Google is helping Americans innovate in ways both big and small. From improving emergency response times to protecting against cyber attacks, local, state, and federal governments are innovating with Google AI. This is a new era of American innovation. Find out more at g.co/American Innovation.
Thank you to Ryan. Again, he's got a great podcast called The Daily Stoic that you can check out. It has hundreds of millions of listens, with his YouTube channel having millions of views and subscribers, all for good reason. So you can check that out for more. Again, that's The Daily Stoic. It is pretty crazy how we can see someone do an excellent job with something, whether that's serving us a drink or taking our phone call and so on. It can really make a difference in our lives, but they might not see it that way. They could see it as a boring transition period. But for us, maybe it's the experience we've been waiting for all day, and what a difference that other person can make on our lives. And while I wholeheartedly agree with the message here, I think we can also go a bit beyond and help the other person remember that it is important. We can be a source of encouragement. And I don't mean that in a preachy, lecturing kind of way, but just by simply showing appreciation or by giving a compliment, anything along those lines. Because just like we're hoping for a nice experience, so are they. It goes both ways. But like Ryan said, we can always act right. So something to think about today and this week. Thank you to Ryan for this one. Have a great rest of your day, and thank you for being here, and I'll see you tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.